Hello, hello. Hold on one second. Hold on one second. Hold on. Okay, there we go. Go live. Okay. Whew. Hello. Sorry, I'm trying to finish this off really super fast. All right, there we go. All right. Whew. I was cleaning my my garage. So we just got we just got birds. Not just got. We just found birds in our garage. We left the garage door open a few weeks ago, and some birds moved in and started a family. And like they were like they're in like a crevice, right? So we just saw like some nest things. So we just kept like shooing the birds away. We're like, get out of here! You can't build a nest here. But like it was just some sticks that we saw, and we're like, it's fine. And then and then yesterday, this bird was like super aggressively trying to get in my garage. And I'm like, listen, bird, you can't stay here. No. And so I followed it and I looked and I was like, oh man, there's more sticks back there. And I look and there's like a whole nest. So it's funny because it's my soccer blanket. I took it out of the car because soccer ended for after spring. So it was like the end of May. I took my soccer blanket out of the car because I was like, it can live in the garage now because I'm organized. So I took it and I put it on this bookshelf, and then this bird like burrowed in there and was like, "Oh, this is the perfect nest." And so now we have birds in there. So we're cleaning out our garage now. All that to tell you, that's why I'm a little late because we're cleaning out our garage so that all the bird poop that is going to come from these tiny, lovely birds, so we don't have to deal with all the bird poop in our in my on all my things that are in the garage. So we're cleaning. By we, I mostly mean uh, Brandon. Brandon is cleaning up my garage. So it's nice for me. I was like, I have a meeting. Sorry, I gotta go. Oh, darn, sorry. Let me just come over here and open this up. There we go. So I could see some comments if they come in. Good morning, Robin. It's good to see you. I haven't seen you guys in a while because we have been, there's been a lot of summer happening here. We've been getting a lot done. We went tubing last week. That was on Thursday or Wednesday. I don't remember which one, but we were making memories. So that's why I haven't been here. But now I'm back and I have a giant to-do list. I don't know if you guys have been on my TPT store, but I just posted a whole bunch of alphabet things. I have another alphabet thing coming out probably today because I have the images done. And now I have this whole to-do list of bingo cards I want to make, which is funny because I have a notebook and then that doesn't work. I want to put a note on the notebook. So I have a post-it note on my notebook because that's my level this week. So anyway, we're going to create birthday bulletin board today because that's what I was searching in the on Teachers Pay Teachers, and that's where I kind of ended up. So let me show you. Let's do that. Let's find some keywords and do some stuff. And oh, it helps if I share and stuff. Okay, hold on. There we go. Oh, look, another bird. This is not the kind of bird that we have in our house, in our garage, man. So last year we had birds in our in our back porch. This time we have it on our front garage. So rude, man. These birds. So funny. My life is so funny because I do not want to live in the wilderness, yet here I am living in the wilderness. But it's fine. We love the birds. So we've been, doing everything we can. Once we found that it had babies, because we're like, you can't live here. But once we found the babies, now we're like, all right, we need to protect these tiny little creatures. because we love them. All right, so so there are people posting things. I'm seeing some stuff from Robin in the Facebook group. Lots of cute things coming out. Three Little Kittens, I believe, is in the Facebook group as well. All right, so if you click on the search bar, it'll drop down 5 things that are popular right now, like the 5 most searched terms currently on Teachers Pay Teachers. So I use this to help me decide what to create. Now, today is July 3rd. So you can create something for the 4th of July. Some people will search for 4th of July and then they will go to most recent and maybe they'll find your product. Maybe that'd be cool. I would love that for you. Um, but I if you make anything for the 4th of July today, just don't have the expectation that you're going to make any sales today. Have the expectation that you're paying your future self. Okay? Because I don't want you to be like, okay, it's the last second. I can do it. I'll make some money. Um, don't do that. I joined a WhatsApp thing and I'm getting so many notifications. I don't like notifications on my watch, so we're taking that off. Okay. So just keep in mind it's probably paying your future self, and also keep in mind that um in July and June, you will be getting less sales. You're going to be making less money. It's just going to happen. There's ways to prevent it, and I am always a big supporter of creating classroom decor to kind of lower that downward trend. But most people see a decline in sales in June and July. Last year, I had a pretty big decline from the year before because of an algorithm change that happened that went from like mid May until October 6th, because I remember the day that my sales came back. So the algorithm blessed me again. But before that, I had like, it was my best months were May, June, and July and August because I had classroom decor that was really popular that year. It was a Groovy set. Groovy is still really popular. It's just that the set that I have is just older now. But I redid it last year and it did really well until it just stopped. And I could see what happened. Like I could see the dates that there was this algorithm change. And I reached out to Teachers Pay Teachers and I asked them if they did anything between those days and they said no, but then during during a call they said that they weren't playing with the algorithm during those times. So um that was frustrating, but it's back now. Everything's fine now. So I don't know where I was going with that, but I sometimes I just like to vent about that because it was the most infuriating 3 months of my life. Because like my classroom decor has always done super well and I've always made a pretty decent chunk of change during the summer because of that last year. I didn't. So hopefully this year I can bring it back and have a successful June was not successful. So I'm gonna have to try a little extra hard in July. But that first 2 years ago, I made actually it was longer than that. It was 3 years ago. I made a classroom decor set in May, and then it sold super well that first summer, and then the next summer it sold super well, and then last summer it did pretty good, but like when people were seeing it, they were buying it, but they weren't seeing it because of this algorithm change, and that was what I think was most annoying because my conversion rates were the same throughout, so it was just less people were seeing them, and it was like a drop off, and that was hurtful for my feelings, but um I'm totally over it now. Anyway, so what I'm trying to say is put the work in and you will see results. Put the work in. The thing that saved me from that algorithm change was a disguise, a pumpkin, I think it was, set that I made on October 6th. And that increased my sales enough that it didn't matter that the algorithm was destroying my classroom decor anymore. Um, so yeah, just keep finding things in the in the search bar and making them, and you'll do great. Um, but I don't want you to think that these algorithm changes are going to really genuinely affect your life, because it's fine. They're trying to figure stuff out. You just have to keep making stuff if you want to stay ahead of the curve. You just have to keep making things that are trending, and if you stop making things, then you should optimize your listings. Okay, I have gotten really far away from where we were talking. So hold on, let me take a breather. I've been working really hard on my blog this last 6 weeks. That's been my main focus. So I've been really focused on like algorithms and things like that, because Google is really wrecking blogs right now. So I don't know. Maybe that's what's going on right now in my life, is that I'm just like upset about algorithms. I think algorithms are upsetting me. But the best way to fix that is to just create things that people are searching for. And if they're searching for them, then they're going to find them in your store. Okay. So, like 4th of July things, let's go back to just browse. Let's just go to browse. Okay. So, these are like the most popular resources right now. And you know what? It's a fun thing is if you click on one of these, like this modern classroom decor, which is so cute. I love the colors. It's really fun. But you can see up here, it says 900 plus views in the last 24 hours. This is something you can use to help you decide if there's something that you want to create. Like if you're like, oh, I want to create classroom decor, you can see there are people looking for classroom decor today. Whereas if you're looking at like, I don't know, maybe this one would be less. I'm not really sure. This one only has 200 views in the last 24 hours. If you're thinking like of what kind of things to create, if you're thinking of like writing prompts, like that's something you can look at. Or if you're like, oh, I want to make summer packets, for example, you could look at like this is 2nd to 4th, where this is like 6th to 8th. You can look between those and you can kind of see there are 10 people looking at 7th grade and there are 20 people looking at this one. So maybe if you want something a lower grade, maybe you'll see more things. 3rd grade math review. These things generally sell at the beginning of summer, 20 views. So like that's something you had to think about too, is that like just people are not on Teachers Pay Teachers right now. Like this one is the first one and it has 10 views. So this one is a Q-tip painting. 100 views in the last 24 hours. So crafts do better than like, the more educational things right now. It looks like this one, um, this is a craft and it has 90 plus. This one is an activity, like printable activity. It has 30 views. So, maybe if you're looking to make a lot of sales right now, maybe do lean more into a craft. These glasses are cute. 4th of July glasses. 60 views. So that's just something that you can look at now that you couldn't look at before. Like bingo, that's a game. So you would think, yeah, look at that. 20 plus views in the last 24 hours. And like it doesn't even have like this person is hitting the jackpot with this product, because they probably made this quite a while ago and it's still making sales. It's doing great. Like at least 2022 they made this and it's still making sales, so good for them. So those are things that you can look at now that you couldn't look at before. That I like to look at things, so there's that. Another thing, you can look at back to school and see this. So this is like a giant bundle from a really popular seller. So this seller gets lots and lots and lots of sales. They've been around forever. um, this might get, I mean, okay, so this one, Right now, it only has 30 views in the last 24 hours, but I know that this is one of the best sellers for them during the back to school season. So, just keep finding things, keep looking, keep finding things. Um, and don't use this to like duplicate what someone is doing. Just like validate your idea is what I would do. Validate your idea that people are going to be searching for something like that. So something else you can do since we're going to I lost my thing. Here it is. We're going to do a bulletin board. So let's just we could go to back to school bulletin board. People might be searching for that right now. And you can look at all these cute things. Let's just grab 3 and see. So this one has 60 plus views, 300 plus views, and 20 plus views. So that validates to me that people are searching for back to school bulletin board kit. The difference that I see between these, so like 20 views versus, uh, 200 views, is most likely this seller is just doing some great marketing for herself, is what I imagine. Um, I mean, it is a really nice cover, but I don't think that that's the only reason. So, anyway, those things. Like, you just pick one that really sticks out to you, and you'd be like, oh, this is cute. Look at this. This is the same seller. So, they have like 90 plus views in the last 24 hours. And look at this. It's a hashtag sale. So, they're going to be doing good. They're going to have a good time. Good for them. So yeah, I like to look at these things and be like, oh my gosh, that's so cute. Ashley McKenzie, she is another giant seller on TPT. And this one doesn't even have that. But I know that others of her products do really well. So this is just something I like to do now that I know that they have that information. So I can see like, oh, this person is getting views on their bulletin boards. So maybe I could make bulletin boards for July, for example. You're not going to duplicate their exact thing because that's skeezy. We're not skeezy. But you can use ideas like week, first day, week of back to school activity. So you could, make something that is for that first week of school. Um, they probably have views right now. Yeah. They have views in the last 24 hours. Like this is a product that's going to do well. This is also a product that they really heavily protect this what is that called? Their IP for this. Their what is that called? Mm, I cannot think of the word for it, but they protect this. So if you do duplicate this, they will find out and they will shut you down. So yeah, I like to do this for keywords, not for taking things from people. So like back to school bulletin board would do really good, but we are going to do a birthday bulletin board or birthday display. We could also look at other things like happy birthday activities, birthday themed activities. Classroom birthdays is another keyword that would do really well for this. You could add a happy birthday sign to this product. I think that would be fun. Birthday display, editable. Look at this. Okay, so this helps too because this has like keywords for things that you can try. So like birthday display cupcakes. So you could do cupcakes birthday, birthday display pastel. I like that. Birthday chart, birthday cupcakes. Birthday wall would be a good one. Birthday bulletin board, black and white. You could do a black and white one. Let's look at bulletin board. Look at that. Birthday bulletin board pastel. Happy birthday bulletin board or black and white. Birthday, I want to say crayon is usually one too. Yeah, there you go. Crayon birthday board. So let's look up birthday board. And then look at that. You get more ideas. So there's crayon, there's boho, there's pastel, there's black and white, there's a birthday sign. Love it. Okay, so there's so many ideas for you. What I'm going to do is I'm going to just take something that I am already working on, which I'm working on. So I have a groovy classroom decor set, which does pretty well. all things considered. Um, I'm also working on uh, an ocean theme, and somebody just asked me for uh, this safari one that I have. This one. They asked if I would finish out this classroom decor set because I was like, I don't want to finish this because nobody's buying it. So I made a thing for it. I made a growing bundle, but nobody's buying it. So I'm like, I don't want to keep working on it if nobody's going to buy it. Uh, However, now somebody specifically emailed me about them. So I was thinking about making them. So let's just do a birthday for this one. If I can find all the clip art. Let me see if I can find the clip art. So let's go to, I think it would be pictures. It might be in like my project. Classroom decor. Tropical. Hey, I do have a little bit of organization in my business. Yay! All right. So I'm going to grab this and put it over here. Okay. And then we'll just close you down. And then, hello, little birdie friend. I'll open up my PowerPoint. And for this one, I just like doing a vertical paper, but you could do a horizontal, and I think it would be fine. Let me think about how I want to do this. I think we can make it work. Yeah. I think the main yeah, it'll be fine. Let's do okay. Sorry, I just gotta think it out. Just gotta think it out for a minute. Okay, so what I do is I just grab I have a where did I put it? Oopsies. I have a sorry, my brain is not today. Okay. I have a theme on this. That's why I have these up here. These themes, these three themes, two themes. What you'll do for this is you'll just go to design and you'll come over here to, hold on, let me move myself. You'll come over here to slide size and change it to 8.5 by 11. And then you can come here and change your colors. I usually just use my brand colors. And then you can change your fonts to whatever fonts you like. I like to have a header, a subheader, and a paragraph font, but you can only do two up here. So I do the header font. This is the header. This is the subheader, but that's okay. Header, and then duplicate, and then put sub header. Okay. So what I do is I have uh, they let you pick two. So I do my headings and then my body font, and I just do my header and my subheader font, and then I always know what my body text is. My body text, or I like to call it my paragraph text, is always Century Gothic. So what I love to do is I love to have these three texts already picked out. So like I decide once that my header is always going to be this. I think this is the KA weekdays, and this is the KA honeycombs, or honeycomb. This is a freebie on the KA Caitlin Albani. Caitlin Albani fonts. She always has this freebie that is fonts, price free. She has this elementary one, and then she has these honeycomb and weekdays. I like them. They look nice together. I ended up buying like her giant bundle just because I love her font so much, and I wanted to say thank you for the fonts that I use all the time. But you can use whatever you like. They're free, so I like to talk about that. And then my Century Gothic, I just use it on everything. On Canva, I use uh, Bobby Jones for my header font, for like the ones that are already inside the Canva, and I use Apricots, which is also actually it's very similar to this. It's just a little bit thicker in some spots. Actually, I have it on my computer because it's also one of my favorites. K-A Apricots. See? It's very similar. And then there's before, and there's now. Very similar, just a little more, uh, heavy on the downstroke. So that one I like to use, or intro script is another one that I like. It just looks nice. And then for my paragraph font, I like to use Sniglet because it's so cute. Uh, it looks very similar to Century Gothic. It's a little thicker though. But those are my 3 Canva fonts. These are my 3 PowerPoint fonts. So that's that. So what I would do for this, we're doing birthday bulletin board. Let's see. So the first thing that you'd like to do for this is like, maybe we should have done horizontal. It's fine. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to just grab this and we're going to say something like our birthdays. And we're going to center it and we're going to make it bigger. And we're going to make it, I like to do this, but I'd probably put this sideways. And then maybe even make this into something like, so you can grab this and pull it over here and then make it sideways so you can kind of see how it's going to look at the end. I would probably use this as like a thing. Well, here's what you can do. You can go all the way to the ends for these and then just hit control, hold control and shift and just make it a little bit smaller. And then right click and send to back. And then you have something like this. And then I would probably do the fill shape of nothing and just have a nice outline of, I don't have, let's go to design. Come over here to my colors. I think I have, I don't. I do have this Y2K font. That'd be fun. Shape outline. Let's do like a, I don't have the, let's do format shape. And come over here to, you guys can't see that. Hold on, let me put myself over here. Do the shape line. And I just like to make it like 6 when it's on a thing. Something like this to start, just to like, no, I don't like it. Okay, so we're gonna figure something out. Hold on, I'm gonna look over here at these things, like elements. We could add some things like this guy. I would probably change this up to be, I kind of want something that's like almost like a, I like this one. Could do something like this, except bigger. Oops. Okay, so maybe like 150. Oh. maybe make this like 145. A little bit smaller. Okay, and then just make this a little bit tighter. And then I would right click and bring this to the front always. We could like come over here and format background, go to picture fill and do from my file. Just grab this and paste it right here. And do like a thing, you know, and then tile picture as texture to make it like look a little nicer. These colors I'd probably grab from like here. Yeah, that looks nicer. Okay. So I'd probably make this a little bit smaller. And we'll come back over here to like this guy. No, I like this guy. Oh, but I also like this guy. Okay, I'll do this guy. And then we'll make you sideways-ish. And then make you a little bit smaller and put you up here. And send you backwards. And then send you one forward. Bring forward. Maybe I have this over here. Actually, I think I want to change that to a different color because I don't like that color with everything going on here. We could like put this like not to the back, but like send backwards and then bring forward, like something like this. That'd be fun. And maybe have this. We'll just think about this. I don't know what I want to do with this. So something like this we could do, or we could add some more things. Like a little, I don't even know where I'm going with this. We could do something like this and then just send backwards. Sure, that works. Okay, and then add a new slide. All right, so we did our birthdays, and now you're gonna want to put like the almost like the headers. So you're gonna grab this, make it smaller, and then duplicate this, and like you want to put like the months. So like January right here. We're gonna have to make it a little bit smaller. There we go, like 125 is fine. And you could even make these smaller. I feel like maybe delete this and make this smaller. I like to always like arrange things and align them so that they're nice and good. And then we'll duplicate and just, oh no, grab both of these and I don't think we'll be able to fit 4. So we'll just leave some space. Okay, so we can group this and then we can grab this and group this and then grab this and group this. I feel like 90% of creating a new product is just arranging and aligning and arranging in the center and arranging and distributing vertically. And then arranging things to fit nicely. Okay. So we can do that. And then each of these can have like a different, well, after that, you're going to ungroup, just so you can edit things independently a little easier. And then change this to February. Yeah, and it's be like 120. And then March. Okay, so you could also like change this to different. What I like to do is take something that has all the colors in it and put it like in the wings right here, right? So then we can grab this guy and we can change the color of this to like this. We can change the color of this one to something green on here like this. Actually, I'd probably have this one be the pink and this one be the blue. Okay. So these are a few little things you can add, and then you can add like a bird or whatever to each thing. Like you could do whatever you'd like. It's your product. You can do what you like. If that doesn't fit, you can also like add a banana or a silly thing. You could add this to the back of one of these. You know, it's your product. You can do whatever you like with it. You can also change this to have a picture fill from here, like have this guy and solid line. Oops, that's right. Something like that you could add just so that there's a lot to it. You could also make like, well, let's just duplicate this. Instead of having like this box, you can just have each one be like a shape, you know, like like have this be January, maybe a little bit smaller. Send to back and have this be January. Or have this be February. You are 100% in charge here, so you can do whatever you like. It doesn't like that I didn't capitalize it. You could do something like this guy. You could even make this smaller and then add like that swoop that we saw here. You could add that to this. Send it back and then send this more back, whatever. It's up to you. It's up to you. Whatever you like. Yeah. Okay. And then you can add this guy and he can have his own. Oops. I don't know what that is. Okay. You can add a different swoop. You could add this scribbly thing. The options are endless. Send it back. Something like this. That'd be fun. And then just keep adding things. And then once you have like the months, you can add in the days. So like say this is editable, and then you'd make these smaller. Like much smaller. So this is the month. You could just have like a box. I feel like a box would be good for this. A box, and just hit control and make it shorter. A little bit in. And then the box can go underneath here. And you can even like send this to back and then make this your what's the word I'm going for here? Like your month. You can have this be January. And then keep that there. And then make the words in here be editable. So like Caleb. About a second, for example. And you can make it bigger, and then you'd make this editable. So this would be, you'd go to Flatpak and do not actually convert to PDF form. You don't want it to be yeah, and that's good. Convert to PDF form field. There you go. So you could do something like that. And then when you flatten it, they'll be able to, I would just add like 3. You could even make it like 3 options here and then make one that's bigger that has like 6, for example. It's up to you. So something like this would be really cute. And then another thing you could do is have like you could, let's duplicate this. You could have this part be on the bottom. Let's see. And just pull it down. Okay. Like have this down here and this down here. And then instead of this, like you could have this be your month, and then you could have things like birds that are landing, and the bird could say to Caleb or whatever. I guess it would be underneath, but same idea. Group. Ugh, this guy's such a turd. All right. There we go. And then group. Group. And then you can put this up at the top again if you want. And then you could have it like, you could have the bird holding it or something. I don't know. We could figure something out. I feel like it's a lot easier if you had like crayons. You could do, you know, like if you have any crayon clip art. I'm sure I do. Clip art. Right on. Let's see. Open file location. You could add, oh, these are so cute. Okay. If you have a crayon box, there you go. You could do, this isn't what I was thinking. Crayon spinners, toppers, feed the crayons. That's fun. Yeah, something like this that has like the crayon box in the front and then the crayon in the back. So you can do both sides, and then you could have the crayons just like sticking out and then be like, there you go, this is the crayon. Like a crayon box like this. So you'd have the back parting and you'd have the front part, and then you could just take the crayons and put like the names and the things on that, so that they'd be like kind of sticking out so that you could see it. And then they're inside a crayon box. I've seen that a lot with on Teachers Pay Teachers. And then the cupcakes, you could just have a cupcake and then have each of the candles be different people. Birth dates. I hope that makes sense. So this is something you can do, right? Oh, good morning, good morning, good morning. I see you, Eliza. I just see you now. I didn't see you before. Sorry. All right. So something like this can be helpful or wonderful. It's up to you. You can also give them just like multiple options. That's what I would do. I would have like different options for like January could be on this box, or it could be by itself. And then you can have each little person by themselves or in one of these little boxes. Sorry, like like this, and then have like our birthdays, or have like the letters that say our birthdays so that they can make it themselves, or they can use what you've already made. Like, I like to give lots and lots of options so that they can easily make something cute. Um, but if I were making this myself right now, today, I would probably spend the rest of the day overthinking what I want to put in this and how I want it to look. And then I'd probably just end up back here where I started with the first iteration. 'Cause that's how I create things. I don't know if that's your guys's experiences, but that's how I do it. I overthink a bunch, and then eventually I will settle down back at where I started. Because I'm like, you know what, my first idea was better. So, but yeah, I would always just tile picture as a texture, and you can also like change the transparency if like that's really busy. You can change it to like 50 so that it's not so much, you know? And then this one you can add a picture, insert like of this guy, and then tile the texture. How did you know that's what I wanted you to do, though? Man. All right. So that's an idea for you. I hope this helps. I hope, yeah. And then I would also give them like things. I would add borders to this as well. I wouldn't just do like, you can do the letters for our birthdays and then have like January and February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and don't forget December. And then you could give them a border for it. So pretend it's like a whole bulletin board, because it might be for some people. And then also have ones that are smaller, because it might not be a whole, it might just be like a side of a wall for some people. I like to give lots and lots of options so that they can easily make something that works for them, and they can easily like uh, edit it for their classroom. Okay. So those are my thoughts. I would also make sure that this is like a super easy to read font for kids. I probably wouldn't do like apricots or, those head subheader fonts. I would do a header font that's really easy to read so that they can look at it and be like, oh my gosh, that's my name on the board, you know, because I feel like kids like that. I feel like that's one of the coolest things about being a kid, is being like, or like having these birthday displays. I would do this one, KA teacher notes bold, so that they can easily see like that it's their birthday. That's one of the coolest things. And we like going into their classroom and being like, oh look, we there's your name on the board, you know? Oh my gosh, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Sorry, someone's messaging me. Okay. So it's about the end of our time. I just wanted to show you these ideas. So hopefully this will like jog your creativity. I don't I haven't like put in like enough thought to this to have this one. I probably should have gone with Groovy, because I feel like I could be like, okay, this is what I want. But this Safari one that I went with, it's so different than what I normally do. Like, I normally don't have like all these different textures on one thing. So it's hard for my brain to do it. I feel like. So maybe I would just go back to the alphabet one and look at what I did there and kind of emulate that for this, so that it goes together nicely. But Groovy, like, I feel like I'm like in with that one. Like, I know the feel of it. I know how I want it to look. And like, I'm zoned in on my Groovy decor set. This one, it's new and uncomfortable for me. So I don't really do it. I love the colors of this fire one too. It's so cute. It's so pretty. Like, I feel like in every every time I've ever rebranded or added or removed colors to my branding, I've always had this coral color because I just love it. I love it so much. Like even when I was like the life of a Navy nuke wife, I was um it was navy blue and then this coral pink. Like we would take pictures. I remember taking pictures with my little baby Josie when she was just a little cutesy cutesy baby. And I put her in that beautiful coral color and put Brandon in I put my husband in navy, which I feel like probably now that was probably a rude thing for me to do to him. My poor navy husband, making him wear more navy when he was not working. But anyway, this looks lovely. I love the colors. And that's why I really resonated towards it was because like it's just so fun. But it's like it's so far out of my comfort zone because my comfort zone is like this makes sense. So I will do this thing that makes sense. And a lot of these they don't make sense together, but it looks so good that I'm like, okay, I love it though. you know? So that's where I'm at with this. It's uncomfortable for me, but I think I'll be able to push through because it's a good one. So a few things I just wanted to um, point out for this so that you guys can remember while you're creating your birthday bulletin board. Like obviously make obviously what I've already said, like to like make lots of options for them, but make sure that you have our birthdays be like bigger or like longer even. Like give them a lot of space for the our birthdays because it's like the header of the bulletin board, and then each thing month should be about the same size, and then you're going to have little ones underneath that, so there's going to be like a hierarchy for this so that it's like the display, and then like the little header fonts, right? The little subheaders would be the months, and then like the paragraphs would be the little tiny like each person. Caleb on the second of February or January. Okay. So give lots of little options. And then I also I would add bulletin board um, borders. And then I also like to add borders to each of these things. If you have something, um, like if you add a white box behind something, if you add a border to that, it gives it a more polished look. So I always try to do that. And what else? Oh, put your name on everything. So I don't have it on here yet, but put your name on everything. So you can do Shift 9C Shift 0, and you can make a little C sign and then do Beth and Averill. Unless you're doing this at Beth and Averill, then you should probably put your own name. But I like to make this a font that is very readable. And 18 font is good. That's pretty big. Like I would do this KA teacher notes one and just put it on there so that it's there, because if you have something from the store, it still says the name of the product on it. You should do the same thing with your products. You should put your name on it. Don't be afraid to do that. They will not mind that you have your name on it. They will not. And if they do mind, then they could buy from someone else, and that's not a big deal. Okay. Don't think that because you're selling to teachers, you shouldn't be promoting yourself. You should absolutely be promoting yourself, because at the end of the year, when they are taking down their birthday display and they're like, oh, I loved this birthday display. And then they're thinking, where did I get it so I can make it again next year? They're going to remember because your name is on it. It's on the actual product, not just on the terms of use, but like on January and February and the days that have the kids' names. So when they have to make their editable ones for next year, they will see your name on it. Please do that for yourself. Please do that for yourself. Okay. So that's all I have for you today. It is 9:58. It is about time for me to find some other work to do that's not going downstairs and cleaning out my garage so that birds don't poop on my things. All right. So I'll talk to you guys in the Facebook group. Thanks for being here. I left my spiel cup downstairs so you can't see it, but you can just imagine it looks like this, except a mug and like a little hole right here. And it's yeah, but it's downstairs, so I can't show it to you. I'm sorry, but you'll just have to believe me that I have it and I love it. All right, so have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the Facebook group. Thanks for being here. I hope you go and make a really awesome birthday bulletin board set. Have a good day. Bye.